everyone. It is Gray Hunter or Murphy Hunter, however you know me as. Okay, so on the last meeting that we had, the topic was what does being a witch mean to you? And of course, this topic is going to be completely your own opinion, what you feel what being a witch means to you as an individual, not as what it may say in the dictionary as being some ugly old hag, like really. Anyway, so I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be anybody else's, what you feel it should be. Don't say what you want people to hear. Say what is your opinion on what makes you a witch. Okay, so again, this is just strictly my opinion, and I want to start off in saying that I don't want to, offend anyone in anything that I may say. So again, strictly, this is just my opinion. To me, being a witch, take away all of the glamorized things of being a witch. Like, for example, take away the black pointed hats, take away the black clothes, the black lipstick, the black nails, I don't know, skeletons, on your chandelier, or, all of that, the glamorized part of being a witch, wearing the shirts that, all that have witch symbols on them, or, whatever it is, the glamorized part of being a witch. Take that away from the whole equation, okay? And that's what I mean, the glamorized. I don't think it has anything to do with any of that. It's almost like, for me, it's almost like when I see guys dressed up in basketball shorts and basketball jerseys and basketball shoes, and they're not going to go play basketball at all, nor do they look like they've been playing anybody's basketball. Like, you're wearing, you're playing the part, you're looking the part, but are you really a basketball player? And that's kind of what it's like for me. Like, I don't think that being a witch is about the clothes that you wear, the makeup that you wear, or how many rings you wear that have witch symbols on them, or how many witchcraft items you have throughout your house. I don't think that, that doesn't make you a witch to me. Also, being a witch doesn't mean, it doesn't take all of the books. You don't have to have tons and tons of witchcraft books. You don't have to have all the Scott Cunningham's book, or the Witch's Bible, or, some of the popular books that a lot of the witches have, and you feel like you have to go and have this in order to be a witch. You don't have to have all of those books. You don't have to, have shelf after shelf after shelf of every single thing you can get on witchcraft. Yes, do the reading, research it, study, but don't just buy these items because you see other witches have them and feel like, oh, if I own all of these witchcraft books, and if I wear my amulet, and I have, witch clothes on, and I have witches all, witch things throughout my house, and I own a Ouija board, that makes me a witch. No, it doesn't make you a witch. Again, my opinion. I don't feel like you need to have all these divination tools to make you a witch. The tarot cards, the pendulums, Ouija boards. I don't feel like you need to have all these tools to be a witch. You don't need to have a special altar with an athame and a bell and, a god and goddess candle and an offering bowl, and you don't have to have all of that. Yes, as your craft progresses and you want to add these things, fabulous. But I know that it's hard being a witch, because it can be pricey. All these things can be pricey. And I didn't have all this stuff to begin with. I mean, I built it up as time went on. Um, and even me showing you the video that I made about my witchcraft room. As you can see, I mean, I've been in witchcraft for a long time, and I don't own gobs and gobs and gobs of candles and all this other stuff, because I don't need all of that to make me a good witch. In my witchcraft, I don't need to have all these things. I buy as I need them. Yes, eventually I would love to have rows and rows of all types of stuff, but I use my things as I get them. If I'm going to do a money spell, I go get what I need to make a money spell. Or if I'm going to go do a hex or a curse or a healing spell, I go buy what I need and I use it, and boom. And I do have, stuff, I do buy extra stuff, and I keep in my witchy room now that I have an actual place. I just don't like having things throughout my house like that. Anyway, but no, I don't feel like you need to have all that stuff to make you a witch. To me, being a witch it's what's inside you. It's a calling. Just like some people feel like they have a calling to be a preacher, or a calling to be a nun, or a calling to be a painter, or a calling to be a teacher. I think that it's a calling that's deep inside you. At least that's what it was for me. It was something that was deeply embedded in me, and it just like spoke to me every day, in different ways. Being a witch is, for me, being a witch is freedom. It's freedom for me, because that's how I describe it. I have the freedom to think and feel how I want without worrying about what other people think or say about me. I can freely say, I'm a witch, and that's it. Either you're going to sit there and worry about what people think, or you're going to be proud and say it loud and stand up tall. It's no different from someone saying that they're Methodist, or that they're Buddhist, or they're Jewish. It's no different. It's a religion. It is a choice that you make, and when you make that choice, whatever it is that you do, like for me, when I made the choice to just finally answer to that call, that what, I am a witch. There's no way running away from this. I'm a witch. I had the sense of freedom, of peace. I finally found my spot. The void that was inside me was filled, because I had this empty void where I just don't belong. I studied tons of different religions, and none of them felt inviting. None of them felt warm or peaceful, or like this is for me. Until I embraced my witchcraft. It had nothing to do with my grandmother was a witch that led me down this path. It was just something that was in me. Something was in her, and definitely in me. And let's pass that on to my daughters as well. But, being a witch is taking pride in yourself. Sorry, getting comfortable again. It's taking pride in yourself, and in who you are, what you do. I personally don't believe in the threefold law. I don't believe in that. I feel that what you put out there is what you'll get back. So if you use your gifts and your magic to help other people, help yourself, you're going to get nothing but good fortune back. And that good fortune can come in so many different ways, from, either finance or great relationship, or just having good luck, good health, so I don't believe, like, oh my gosh, if I do this, it's going to come back to me 3 ways. No, I don't believe in that. But like I said, being a witch to me is it's something that you have to practice every day. And I don't mean as in you have to practice a spell every day, or you have to write a spell every day, or do candle magic, or do oils, or it's none of that. It's basically you wake up in the morning, and if you get an opportunity if you're going to work, before you get into your car, take a moment, if just a minute, to look around and embrace Mother Nature. As witches, if you take a normal person, normal, I mean normal as in a non-spiritual, non-witch person, and take a spiritual or a witch, and you put them outside, and you ask each one of them, what do you see? The non-spiritual, non-witch person will say, well, we're outside. I see trees and grass and whatever else is out there. But a witch is going to describe, they're going to describe not only what they see, but what they hear, what they smell, what they feel. Even as the vibrations that come from the earth. We're going to be able, because we as witches see the beauty within everything. We look at a tree, like I love trees. I love, love, love trees. I look at a tree and I just see so much life. I see so much history, so much energy and power. So just to look at a tree and to, have a sense of being grateful to that. Thank you for existing, or thank you for having, clean air or beautiful grass or clean water or whatever it is. Witches, we tend to look at the things that Mother Nature gives us, and we're able to give thanks to that. Being a witch, everything does look better as far as the colors are richer. We see things more vivid. We smell things more. I think it's just because we're in tune with Mother Nature, and that is our mother, and it's just a connection, a deep connection, again, like I said, to me, being a witch has given me the confidence, and it's given me such a better way of life. Being a witch can give you a better life. Not only can you better your health, you can better your lifestyle, you can better yourself in so many ways. Just the confidence to feel empowered by saying, I'm a witch. Automatically when people say, I'm a witch, all these visions start coming into people's head, like, oh my gosh, do you do spells? Are you going to do some kind of voodoo spell on me? Are you going to do this or do that? Or I thought witches were like old and ugly and had, big nasty noses. Or everybody has a different interpretation of a witch. And then of course, thanks to TV, we have these beautiful witches, like on Charm, beautiful witches. And then of course, Witches of East End, which I'm so mad that they are canceling, because I really like that show. But anyway, they're all beautiful witches. And then, like The Coven, and there's so many great shows out there for witches. And they do, play it off a little more, like showing that these witches have all these powers. And, that's not really how it is. I mean, shoot, yeah, I'd love to be able to freeze things in time and be able to do all this stuff. But, it's TV. And, but yes, there is so much that you can do with witchcraft. And the only way to find the answers that you're looking for, as far as how far can I take my craft? What can I do with my craft? What ability do I have? What gift was I given? Is to study and to research it and answer that calling. For me, I'm clairvoyant, and I didn't know that for a long time. But I knew what I was experiencing, but I didn't know what it meant. I just kept thinking, oh, it's like deja vu, deja vu. I would have images, and being clairvoyant means that I get images either through dreams or through vision, as in I could be doing something and I just kind of like, I don't know, like, when you zone out for a minute and I see things. And like I said, I went to a few psychics to do some readings because, even though I do tarot readings, I didn't do my own. And so I would go to these different people, and I've had 3 different psychics tell me that I was very clairvoyant, and with my third eye, and the things that and that's something I didn't even bring up to them. That's something that they saw, and then it made more sense to me. And I worked that skill, that gift. I worked it until I was able to use it, not just to use it for my advantage, I would say, and that's what you need to do. You need to reach inside you and see what it is that makes you unique and work with that. If you have the ability to heal, research it, because it doesn't take you years and years. Some people literally will only take a few months to get a hold of their gift and work it, whether you are a natural born witch or you are a self-taught witch. I've seen someone's video that said that they believe that everybody is born a witch, and I believe that to some point, in the fact that I think that everybody has the ability to do something great with their life. I mean, there's a purpose that we're here. Everyone has a purpose. And I feel that everyone has the ability within themselves to make something happen with their life. Whether if you want to be a witch, or if you want to be a vampire, or if you want to be a werewolf, or you want to be a fairy, or you want to be whatever. If that's what you feel is in your heart, you're going to do all the work that it takes to become that, to live what is calling to you. For example, a lot of people don't understand how someone can be a vampire. How can you be a vampire? How can you be outside in the sun and, you don't have fangs and blah, blah, blah. They don't understand. It's not about the glamorized part of it. It's not about walking around looking like Dracula all day, or walking around wearing fangs, or only drinking blood, or hiding from the sun. That is TV. That is not reality. When you are awakened to something inside you, whether it is a vampire or a witch or a fairy or whatever it is, your calling, when it wakes you up, then you'll know. Then you'll understand what it is when someone says, I'm a vampire, and not be able to look at them like, well, how can you be a vampire? You're out in the sun. It's not about that. Yeah, they don't burn in the sun and they don't sparkle in the sun, but the sun does make them sick. Just like being a witch, we are very highly in tune with our senses. Being absorbing someone else's energy, and if it being negative, how it affects us. Or, for me, I finally had to resign from my nursing job of 14 years because I could no longer deal with the smell of the blood, which I've been doing this for years. But as my gifts progressed and my craft got stronger, I became a different person. And I could no longer stand it. I could get off of the elevator and I could smell the blood. And I knew that we were having a C-section because I could smell it. I know it sounds maybe ridiculous to some people, but I could. Now, mind you, the elevator on the floor. And whether it is that I saw that we were doing a C-section in my head, or I could smell it, but I could. And it just became unbearing to me. And the screaming of women in labor and just all the emotions, I couldn't take it anymore. And, I live out in the country now, and I come outside every day. and I soak up the energy from outside, and I give thanks to Mother Nature for allowing me to embrace her and to love life, being outside, hugging a tree. You know, and they say tree huggers. We're hugging a tree for a reason. You know, it's like we're connecting with that energy. And like I said, it's just, I love being a witch. I love being a witch. And I hope that if you have not come out of the closet yet, so to speak, or if you have not found your way to saying that you are a witch or you're a vampire or you're whatever, I hope that you find the way to your path. Because once you are awakened, once you wake up that one day or one night or whatever it is, whatever the moment you decide that it's time, you are going to be a completely different person. Because I'm a different person. And not only am I saying this, but my husband sees this. And he knows me better than anyone. I'm a different person. It's like that person before didn't even exist. I was able to just let go and keep stress away from me and the negativity and better my life through witchcraft. So witchcraft to me isn't about the devil. It isn't about, you know, all the witches hats that I can have and all the cool candles and cool cups and cool whatever. It isn't about all that. It's about how I feel inside. I don't need to dress a certain way. I don't need to look a certain way, speak a certain way. I just need to be me, and which is being a witch. Because it's something that's not just a label. It's who I am. So I hoped that this helps. And like I said, I've never felt more empowered in my life, ever. And I'm glad that I'm able to share this with my daughters, my sister, my family. I don't know what they think, but it doesn't really matter to me, you know. And I say my family, I mean like my extended family. It doesn't matter because I'm just, I'm free. I'm free just to be me. And there's no greater feeling than that. Okay, guys, so that was my interpretation of what being a witch means to me. And don't get me wrong, I do have plenty of stuff. Like I do have all the stuff that I mentioned that you don't have to have in the beginning, like the books of shadow and the candles and the oils and the potions and, you know, the herbs and the altar and the Ouija board, all that. I have all that now because I know how to use them. I don't get something until I know how to use it, because then I'm abusing it or making problems for myself, and then I have to find somebody else to clean up after my mess. But I do have all that. But I had to be honest with myself in the very beginning and ask myself, am I ready for all this? You can't, as I say, you can't play the game unless you know the rules. And that's kind of how it is. You can't practice witchcraft unless you know what you're doing, the history. Pick up a book and read the history of a witchcraft, what witchcraft is and what witches are. Learn where we came from and start your journey there. That's the best way. Learn what it means to be a witch, and then with that, everything else comes along with it. You start learning about crystals and candles and oils and herbs, and there's plenty of time. There's so much. So, all right, guys. So, that's what being a witch means to me. And I hope you enjoyed this very, 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 very long video. So I hope you guys make a video of your own, and please post it on the Brujas page so we can share with each other what being a witch means to you. All right. So I guess this would be our first video vlog. So a vlog. So that'll be our first vlog, which is, what does being a witch mean to you? All right, guys. See you later. Blessed be. Bye.